What if Kanye West was never a rapper? Yeah, I know, it sounds impossible. But think about it. This man's brain is a mix of genius, chaos, and let's be honest, pure entertainment. Now imagine if all that energy, all that madness, had been unleashed somewhere else. Because if Kanye wasn't ruling the stage, his personality, his vision, and his unstoppable drive could have pushed him into careers you'd never expect. And trust me, the last one on this list is so outrageous, you might just believe it was his destiny all along. Kanye West isn't just an artist. He's a walking storm, a mastermind who sees the world not as it is, but as it could be. This is a man who can turn sneakers into cultural currency and a Sunday gathering into global headlines. So what if we took all that chaos, that genius, that unpredictability, and placed it inside completely different careers? What if Kanye was building worlds instead of beats, or leading people somewhere far stranger than a concert stage? That's exactly what we're about to explore. And trust me, if you think the first few ideas are wild, wait until you hear the last one, because the final career on this list is so shocking, you won't see it coming. So stick around. Kanye's other life might just blow your mind. Now, imagine Kanye West not just designing sneakers, but designing the very walls you live in. With his Yeezy home project, Kanye once dreamed of creating futuristic, low-cost housing that looked like it belonged on another planet. Why? Because in his mind, homes shouldn't just be boxes with doors, they should be statements, visions, works of art you live inside. And knowing Kanye, the furniture wouldn't just be a sofa, it would probably be a throne. The man doesn't see buildings as shelter. He sees them as a stage for life itself. Picture a neighborhood where every house looks like a Yeezy shoe, minimal, bold, and slightly confusing at first, but somehow it just works. It's crazy. It's Kanye. And if he wasn't making music, he might just be out there building entire cities shaped by his imagination. So we've seen Kanye designing homes like a futuristic architect. But what if I told you his next role has nothing to do with concrete and steel, and everything to do with fries and burgers? Yeah, sounds weird already, right? But before we bite into that, do me a favor. Smash that like button so we know you're hungry for more. What if I told you Kanye West once tried to serve up more than just music? Yes, Kanye actually stepped into the food world, investing in Fatburger through KW Foods. Because for him, it wasn't just about burgers, it was about feeding culture itself. He looked at fast food the same way he looks at fashion and music, something that could be bold, loud, and unforgettable. Can you imagine walking into a Kanye-owned restaurant? The menu wouldn't just say cheeseburger, it would probably say something like a symphony in beef, curated by Yeezy. And the fries? Definitely not regular fries. Maybe golden sticks of art, served with a side of controversy. The point is, Kanye doesn't just consume culture, he reinvents it. And if he wasn't shaking up the music charts, he might have been flipping the food industry upside down one Fatburger at a time. Kanye West didn't just dream of music or fashion, he dreamed of building an empire of ideas. That's why he created Donda, his own creative agency named after his mother. But Donda was never just about logos or ads. Oh no. In Kanye's vision, it was a universe where design, art, architecture, and technology collided like planets in orbit. Imagine pitching your project to Kanye as creative CEO. He wouldn't just nod and say cool. He'd probably stare into your soul for 20 minutes, then redesign the entire concept, your font, your color palette, even your lunch. Because for him, creativity isn't a department, it's a religion. And if he wasn't shaking the music world, he'd probably be leading a global creative agency, reinventing how brands, artists, and even cities tell their stories. In short, Kanye wouldn't just be a CEO. He'd be the guy turning corporate meetings into art installations. Alright, if you've enjoyed the ride so far, trust me, what's coming next is nothing compared to the final twist. Because the last job Kanye could actually pull off is so unexpected, so outrageous. You'll probably replay this part just to check if you heard it right. So don't blink, don't scroll, and stick around till the end. What if I told you Kanye West doesn't just want to design sneakers, he wants to design an entire city? Yeah, welcome to the wild idea of Yeezy City. In Kanye's mind, skyscrapers aren't just buildings, they're sculptures. Streets aren't just roads, they're art galleries. And traffic lights? Forget red, yellow, green in Kanye's city. They'd probably change to genius, icon, and wait for the drop. Imagine living there. Your rent contract comes with a Yeezy hoodie, and the bus stops play his latest album on repeat. But behind the comedy, there's a serious truth. Kanye has always dreamed of reshaping how humans live, create, and connect. If he wasn't a music and fashion giant, he'd probably be building futuristic smart cities where every corner feels like an innovation lab. Kanye West as a city builder isn't crazy. It's exactly the kind of crazy that might just work. work. So tell me, out of these four wild paths, which one screams Kanye the loudest? Drop your guess in the comment. I'm curious which world you see him ruling. Picture this: Kanye West not dropping beats, but dropping sermons. Yeah, imagine him as a modern spiritual leader. And honestly, doesn't it already feel halfway true? Think about his Sunday service, thousands of people in white, a choir singing like angels, and Kanye in the middle, not rapping, but guiding. His church wouldn't look like a church at all. Forget wooden benches, there'd be Yeezy pews. Forget hymn books, everyone gets a lyric sheet designed by DONDA. And the sermons? Oh, they wouldn't be 10 minutes of quiet reflection. No, these would be full productions, fog machines, gospel beats, maybe even a surprise fashion drop right after Amen. But here's the twist behind all that spectacle. Kanye's obsession with truth, vision, and destiny has always been real. So the question is this man just an artist? Or is he a prophet of the 21st century waiting to claim his pulpit? And that's it. We've just explored the wild world of Kanye West and the jobs he could have totally owned if music wasn't his path. But here's the real question for you. Which of these roles do you think Kanye would actually crush the most? And tell us, what job did we miss that you believe fits him perfectly? Now get ready. Imagine someone who sings in whispers, wears oversized clothes, and somehow makes sadness sound like the coolest thing on earth. Yeah, you guessed it. In the next video, we're diving into the unpredictable universe of Billie Eilish. Stay tuned, because we just might steal the next career idea straight out of your mind.